There's a Nen Impact Survey, so I'm gonna make a video going over it. I'll leave the link in the description afterwards. So let's start, bruh. Play on Steam. Bought the downloadable deluxe edition. I've been playing that much recently, but I played around 2 hours, I guess. I can't say I played 10 hours a week. Satisfaction for the game, I would say somewhat satisfied. I definitely like the game. The graphics, I like how the models look, to be honest. Like, if we're talking about models, I know people like usually talk bad about like how the graphics are, but I feel like I like the way the models look, because that's what we're kind of talking about. Character faithfulness, I think the characters look right. Control responsiveness, it looks good. Online battles, I have to put somewhat dissatisfied. The desyncs are really bad, but I have to get back on, bruh. The desyncs were really bad once I played before, bruh. I'm gonna get back on. That's how it is now. I haven't played in a while. The tutorials are alright, I feel like. I feel like they're decent. I do feel like they could do more for the tutorials, but it's good for what they are. The BGM and presentation, I think the soundtrack's really good. I'll put it somewhat satisfying. Presentation, it's talking about. This kind of feels like looks, BGM, music, but if we're talking about music slash, so I guess I'm gonna leave it at somewhat satisfied then. Balance, difficulty balance. This just mean how hard the game is. I feel like the game isn't hard, right? I don't feel like the game is hard. I feel like it's pretty easy to get into. Story puts. Like when it comes to anime games, it's really hard to get the story right. Like, so I feel like it's always better to like go for like a Dragon Ball FighterZ type route, where it's just like a non-canon story, so you don't have to follow it, and there's more you can do. Because usually, it's really easy to make an anime story mode that isn't like really that crazy. I feel like Impact is one of those that's kind of boring, and I think like I can't really say I had fun playing it. It's kind of like a whatever, right? I feel like there's more they could have done, so I have to put dissatisfied, I guess. I can't even say I'm like it was really fun to go through. Collection, I like the collection. um, Overall game balance, I'm not like I would say it's not good, but I'm not dissatisfied with it. I think this is what like going into an Aiden game, you can't really expect for it to be balanced like that. So I can't really be like I'm dissatisfied with it. I think it's not. I can't say it's good. I'd say neutral. I can't say I don't hate it. I expected it, so I can't say I'm dissatisfied with it. But I can't say it's like good because it isn't good. But indoor fish, indoor fish. That's all I'm gonna say. I did also say Crollo. It's Rio. It's who else, bro? Bisky? Who else? Crollo, Leorio, Bisky. It's only Big Bisky though. Little Bisky. wait. I gotta do that. Like only Little Bisky, and then the Big Bisky. Big Bisky is too weak, bro. Buff Big Bisky. Wait, no, wait. I said I messed up. I messed up, bro. Little Bisky, Big Bisky. Right. And then Gentru is another character. So it's another character that's too weak. Definitely not moving like some of the other characters are moving is what I think of. And then someone like Gon is, I don't want to say weak. He's like isn't really compared to like how strong the other characters are. Do I put him in too weak? I feel like he's not moving that crazy. But I'll put it like that, bro. I think I'm missing a too strong though. Who can I put in too strong? But I'm thinking through the cast. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of like the craziest, right? Like indoor fish, the Oreo is just like everywhere on you, and then the Big Bisky just kills you in a few seconds. Uvo is crazy, right? But Uvo, I feel like isn't as crazy as Big Bisky. I feel like I had an easier time dealing with Uvo game than I had dealing with like Big Bisky. Is on you, you're dead, and you can't really do anything about it. Yeah, I think that's like the scariest to me. Online experience, use online battles. Yep, playing online matches. Comfortable, somewhat dissatisfied, because these things are probably the worst problem that I've had. Uh, yeah, these things, and yeah, these things are like I feel like out of everything here, these things is what I feel like I get hit by the most. Um, what do you think about region location display feature for your opponents? Region. It matter less if the rollback was better, but the rollback isn't like as crazy as it gets, so it's somewhat necessary, right? Um, use the most. What have I been using the most? Leorio. Character I want to see added? Who should I say? I was a big the I was a Gel fan, bro. Gel and Killua Killua's grandma. Killua's grandma? Should I say Zoldyck grandma? Killua. That's Killua's grandma. Grandma. Grandman. And who else? Who else? Gel, Killua's grandma. I would feel like story mode or single player content. What should I say for that? What can you even add to story mode? I don't really know what else they could do. Or single player content. What's missing? They have the stuff, but it's nothing like. I guess make combo trials. Give combo trials actual combos, bruh. Even though I don't really do combo trials. Trial. I cannot spell. Actual combos. That's all I can really think of when it comes to single player stuff. I don't know what they could add to story. I feel like they'd have to like add a second story mode or something because like the way they did it wasn't that crazy. I feel like they could definitely do like a low budget better way of doing it than they're doing it like in the game. Even if it's low budget, I feel like there's still some stuff you can do to make it like more fun to play through. Like they've made low budget games before, like with Naruto. I feel like they could do something good there. Additional new like all this stuff, new modes, online. Yeah, that's like everything. Any bugs, issues? Not really. Oh wait, improvements. Uh, new costumes. Any bugs? Only thing I can say is these things, but it's just these things. These things is the only thing I can really. But I already put these things before, so yeah. So I want to keep playing Nen Impact. Yeah, but it's hard to recommend it to people because the online issues. When they fix the online issues, will get easier. Age group, male, plus years. How did I learn about Nen Impact? Uh, Twitter. I saw the first time I ever saw it was Twitter. The first time it was like a post or a region. I guess since this is all right, that's all the questions. No, it's not. Add more characters to this then. Um, some characters. I'll keep saying this. But I feel like they could just add like some of the characters as like EX characters or like extra characters, so then you don't have to do as much work. And like it's like that's what they did with Dragon Ball Fighters. They have Super Saiyan Goku, Blue Goku. base Goku, and it's just a way to make it like people complain, oh, too many Gokus, but it's just a way like there's more playing styles now for less effort. They do that like a lot of games too, and it's just an easier way to do it. Especially for a game like this where people are complaining about the size of characters. I think this is one of those games where they could definitely add like extra characters and then make it worthwhile. Because 80 is really good at cooking when it comes to what characters can do, right? I keep saying that, right? Kurapika with the wooden swords. I feel like that whole character. I feel like Adult Gone. They had like the model for it, and then basically they have like Kurapika or not Kurapika. They have Killua, Godspeed. They can add. There's some extra stuff that they did in the anime that you can add to it and make them their own characters. So if I should say all that, Adult Gone. Gone. Uh, well, with wooden swords, right? Then guess that. That's not gonna happen though, but this is like my my dream, my wish. I love Nen Impact. I love Hunter. I love Hunter, and I love fighting game. It's a bit expensive. A bit cheap. I don't think anyone would say it's very cheap. Appropriate price. Some people saying stuff like $15. That's an impossibility, bruh. Like people want it to be lowered that much. I don't think they could do that. But like, when I look at something like Battle for the Grid, I think it was around $30. I think $30 or something like around like 30 to 40 is fine. People are asking to lower it like way too low. I don't think it's like they could get their money's worth for it being that low. But if they lower it like less than 60, somewhere around like I said, 30 to 40. I feel like that's fair. I don't feel like I don't feel less people would be complaining. I think it's, I'm thinking like 30 to 40, right? Would be 30 to 40 USD, right? I'll do for USD. What's your favorite fighting games? All of them. That takes too long. But Dragon Ball Fighter. Uh, Year. Blaz Blue. Blaz Blue. What else? What else? It's taking me too long to think, bruh. Street Fighter. What else? What else? Well, maybe so I don't go all day. I'll stop there. Yeah. This is what I knew it was gonna happen this at the end, so I'm gonna say the same thing. I think, like I was saying before, I think they could add like extra characters. Like Ramble's doing it right now, EX characters, where they're just like the same character, but they added a little bit more to them. Like Kurapika has the wooden swords for like a little bit in the anime, and he pulls them out like he doesn't pull them out anymore. He put them out in the movie, but this is something he can use as like a different moveset. You can have like, oh, this is Kurapika when he was learning, and then be like he was training with his master, and you can have them maybe his master come in, shoot acorns, and then you can like make that a whole character. I feel like they're not being greedy enough. But I feel like they could like really squeeze some of the characters in and make extra characters with the characters they already have, right? I even Crollo can have be an extra character. They haven't even used all the stuff he used. If they're only using the anime, there's moves he hasn't even used that they could use for an extra character for Crollo. I don't think they're using manga stuff really, or I don't know if they can use manga stuff because they barely touched anything when it comes to the manga in the game. Only referenced Crollo versus Hisoka, and that's kind of all they did. They didn't really go too crazy for no like manga stage or something. So I don't know. Maybe should I also add manga stuff? I don't know if that's possible. So maybe I'll also add manga stuff if possible. So what I said, add manga content if possible. EX characters so they can make characters with less development time. Like someone like they already have. I don't know how much Adult Gon has got completed. They have him in the super, but it might be like a pretty incomplete model. They could clean up the model and then put him in the game. That's what I feel like they could do. Godspeed Killua. That's what they used to do inside of like their old games. I'm talking about some Clash of Ninja. They would have Naruto, and they have Naruto with the little chakra around him, the QB mode Naruto. So like Chakra Cloak Naruto is a different character from regular Naruto. It's kind of like Godspeed Killua because like he's a super, but they can also change him up and make him into like an extra character. I feel like the same thing with Adult Bisky. Adult Bisky punches, but she never uses her Nen ability in her entire moveset. So they can just have her use the nurse that heals, and that can like be something extra she does. And I feel like there's stuff like they can do like EX characters and have them do different stuff. So just like I was talking, I believe, before with Goku from Fighters. They have Goku, they have Super Saiyan Goku. That little changes up. People complain about a little bit, but when it comes down to it, people love the little changes in the characters. They're not gonna really complain about having more variations to the character they're playing, right? So stuff like that. And then I was talking about Kurapika with swords, and he's fighting with Izanami, right? When he was learning from Izanami, he uses the swords at first, but he stopped using them after he gets his chain ability. So you can have him and Izanami fighting together, stuff like that. I feel like could be easy work, and people would be like, oh, cool new characters. I feel like it'd be more. It's more like, oh, cool new characters more than like I don't know. Really complain about having more different ways to play the characters though. And then the last thing, of course, fix the Z syncs and the rollback problems, and then that will make the game better. Like everything out of everything else, desyncs and the online issues are what's like the biggest problem. But I feel like I can just keep adding to the game, doing stuff like that. End up like the game will be in a great place at the end of it though.